Disclaimer, this is audio horror fiction. If darkness or the creatures it holds scares you, leave now. Still listening? Good, then let's begin. The dark had always scared me, like most children. It came when I was tired and most vulnerable, and impeded my vision. It left all noise and motion to my vivid imagination, which would twist a curtain into the shroud which hid death itself. To beat the dark, I always had a nightlight. It gave me a safe zone, except the day it broke. I was 7 when my nightlight burned out. It had always been there for me, showing me that there were no monsters in my room and keeping the demons in my closet in the closet. The night it burned out, I made a vow. I vowed that I would never again depend on a nightlight to protect me with the simple chant, "The dark cannot hurt me, and it never will." Once those words were uttered, I crawled under the covers and drifted to sleep. I kept my vow for years, despite bumps in the night and shadows dancing across my walls. Every night I would recite my vow, and every morning I would wake up without a scratch, except for one fateful night on the eve of my 13th birthday. After I had performed my ritual and was closing my eyes, I felt a presence in my room. Not a strong one, just a slight movement near the window and a slightest scratch on the wooden floors. I opened my eyes and there it was, a ghostly figure wrapped in a billowing shroud of darkness. I quickly blinked and it was gone, replaced by the flowing curtains. After a brief period of shock, I closed the window and went back to bed, without a doubt in my mind that my chant was the truth. The next morning I woke up and immediately noticed a chill in my room. When I went to check, the window was wide open. As I went to close it, I stepped on something sharp. A shard of jet black glass was embedded in my foot. I shed no tears as it was removed and the wound was bandaged. After I was dropped off at school, I was sent to check in with the attendant's secretary, who worked on the first floor of the main building. I noticed her desk was empty, and I asked where she could be found. I was told to check the printing room in the basement. As I descended the stairs, I noticed a slight draft coming from the room at the end of the hall, where the door was slightly ajar. The fluorescent lights flickered as I entered the room at the end of the hall, and once I reached the middle of the room, they died and the draft slammed the door behind me. As I stumbled in the dark, I heard a click as a small light appeared in the corner of the room. When I approached it, I found it to be my old nightlight, still intact, except the burnout bulb emitted light somehow. Upon further inspection, I noticed a sliver of the glass bulb had been broken off, allowing a small amount of light through the blackened glass. Just as I was wondering how my nightlight had gotten there, the light was smothered by the darkness, and the only thing I heard was a raspy voice in my ear. "The dark can hurt me, and now it will." Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to help feed the dark machine. If you have a story that you would like me to read, check the description below.